tells me what to do. That shit. You paid for parking, you're paying overpriced for drinks. These scalpers. Having some corporation tell you what to do. You guys do what you want. This is your night. Your life. And flock cameras too. Live free or die, mother.
Josh Homme, front man from Queens of the Stone Age. Not a fan of these.
To say I'm pissed is the understatement. Look at this right here. This is a flock camera. There it is, right there. There's the camera lens. And guess what this is? This is my bedroom window. It's facing directly towards my bedroom window. What is that? Over there on that intersection is 2 more flock cameras. Why was there a need to put one right here, directly beside an apartment building, directly beside a window?
And he has good reason. I mean, look at the evidence.
There is a flock camera in Texas pointed directly, well, at a pool. Why? Flock cameras aren't meant to be pointed at pools or public places like this unless you're trying to surveil the people there and not license plates. This video was taken by Ben Jordan, and my question is, as we see the rise and misuse of flock cameras, what's the point of having one here? This pool is in Austin, Texas. Now, Flock's CEO has recognized that its cameras have been misused by law enforcement.
The New York Times would give a pretty good breakdown on TikTok. Here is part of that.
If you're not looking, you may not spot this. It's an automatic license plate reader that captures images of every car that passes by.
The largest provider of license plate readers in the United States is a company called Flock. Initially, they were just providing these license plate readers to homeowners associations to do a kind of automated neighborhood watch. But in 2020, they started working with the government, with police departments. They now work with 7,000 agencies around the country, which is about 40% of all law enforcement in the United States. They have 120,000 license plate readers in every state but Alaska. One thing that is different about this system from older license plate reader systems is that there's been advances in AI, and you can now search not just by license plate, but also by these other identifying details, that it was a white SUV or that it has a bumper sticker. When the results do come up, it's basically this grid of photos of where the car has been spotted and when and by which agency. And if somebody was looking for you, they could see all the places you and your car have been.
There's a site called DFlock. It's an open source map which allows people just to plot where they see the license plate readers in their community. DFlock has become so popular because it has been very difficult for ordinary citizens and even for the media to get very hard and specific information of just how common this technology has become.
People who are really concerned about these cameras also have been going to city council hearings.
And those have gotten, let me be clear, effing wild.
I decided to get one to help my community, to help catch the bad guys, and I'm getting ridiculed for it. You guys want to call and cancel it? Go right ahead. I have no problem. But the next time grandma's missing, or your car got stolen, or you're missing money, and I can't help you, sorry. I'm just trying to be the guy. I have given 20 years to this city. My blood, sweat, and tears, missing family events, holidays. I've worked nights, weekends, and everything. And this is what I get for helping? I am not a rule breaker. I'm a law enforcement officer. I take that oath very frickin' seriously. And to get slammed like I did tonight, good luck. That's all I'm gonna say is good luck. I ought to do background checks on half the people that make comments.
Today, what I'd like to talk about is the disdain and contempt with which particularly you, Commissioner Bloom, have been addressing your constituents who are opposed to flock cameras and ALPRs. You've sought to separate those of us who have taken time out of our day to discuss our concerns from your conception of who the general public is.
They're building a national network of surveillance cameras, and I think it's time to carefully consider if this is really how we want to live in America. Flock's got a pattern of securing local government contracts with as little public input as possible, with as little information provided to elected officials as possible. In the case of Scarsdale, New York, on April 8th, without public notice, beyond posting a topic of public safety equipment, they voted to add to the agenda a decision to adopt a contract with Flock. They voted on it within that night and it was adopted. The same surreptitious approach occurred in Sedona, Arizona, in Eugene, Oregon. In at least one case in Lucas County, Ohio, they secured a local government contract accidentally in a consent agenda. And when the county commissioners attempted to overturn this, Flock sued to ensure that they would maintain a contract that not only did the public not want, but the county commissioners did not want.
Hey, she looks familiar. Shout out to Jessica Burbank, continually doing her thing, making public comments such as these that are vital to community safety. Because the technology, as we know it, has been completely misused. Surprise, you would offer police departments and precincts across the country, you would give them secretive data, really tracking data, to monitor their everyday fellow man, and yet they stalk them. Shocking.
People are suspicious about these new AI cameras in their towns. Police officers have reportedly been caught using the cameras to stalk people, including their exes. There have been at least 24 of these alleged stalking cases, and most led back to this one company's cameras, according to a tally by the Institute for Justice.
And I thought that they were just cameras that were monitoring traffic flow, something like that. And I eventually looked into it a little bit deeper. That opened up the rabbit hole.
That's Ben Jordan, a security researcher and one of many residents fighting these cameras.
I do think that it's one of the most important issues in current times.
A Milwaukee cop just resigned after using Flock cameras to stalk a woman he was dating. He ran her plate 179 times in 2 months. According to the Institute for Justice, this is happening all over the country. They've documented at least 14 cases of officers using license plate readers to stalk romantic partners, exes, and in one case, a complete stranger a Florida deputy spotted on a TV set and decided to pull over. A Kansas police chief ran his ex-girlfriend's plate over 200 times. A Kentucky officer tracked an ex hundreds of times in 2 months. Every single one of these searches was logged as an investigation. The Milwaukee cop only got caught because his victims looked themselves up on a public website called Have I Been Flocked?
The warning signs here, I want to be really clear, should be enough to inspire everyone to try and deflock their local communities, their local townships, cities, villages, states, etc. This should be eradicated from American society.
Because another thing the Flock cameras can do is connect to your Bluetooth. Oh, shit. Dog. I'm telling you, bro, you're going to be in a burner phone society.
Yeah.
Because when the Palantir Wireless hit the street.
Ooh, Palantir Wireless.
And do I think it will be? No, I do not. We have already seen, as Jessica Burbank laid out, that if a town ends its contract with Flock, they will sue. And they are so powerful, and they are so strong, and they have so much funding, they have so much money that they can fight it. And they could potentially win. Because as we have seen in this country, it does not matter. The law is not just at times. It really is about the almighty dollar. That is what it is. This is also what late-stage capitalism looks like, where there is one company or even a few companies that have way too much money. And not only can they influence elections by using local lawmakers, state-level lawmakers, federal government lawmakers, etc., and use them as pawns by paying them off with what I would call legalized bribes in the form of campaign contributions to then carry out legislation to deregulate as much as possible, and they get to make more. While those, and I will even say it, some on this network, like a Marjorie Taylor Greene, who no one should trust, no one should listen to, no one should have any empathy for. She did one thing. Mazel. Sorry, that isn't a word she would like. Congrats. You did one good thing. One good thing by joining with Ro Khanna. Where were you before? She also benefited. Her stock trades were through the roof. And she received a lot of money from a lot of corporations. We should not be listening to these people. We should not be platforming these people. We should not be catering to these people. And yet that is one example of countless amounts of lawmakers who will take the money so we can be spied on. Screw them. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.